I don't think my previous video on the form and the formless explains it that well, because since that video I've thought about a lot more examples to that can display that idea. But I guess I'll just keep adding to that idea with these upcoming videos, since I'm continually trying to expand that, trying to think of more ways to illustrate the idea of forms and formlessness. But in this video, I wanted to talk about speaking to the universe, and I think in this in the channel and all the videos on my channel, I've kind of interchanged the words universe and formlessness, because I think formlessness is kind of just what I use to describe that now. But every time I say the word universe or I talk about the universe in one of my videos, I'm really referring to what people would think as God, because I'm not a religious person. I don't believe in a God. Rather, I believe in a universe, and how the universe kind of um, creates itself and gives people opportunities and creates your life's path. The universe has some kind of control in that. And now with my new idea of formlessness, I think formlessness and universe are two words that I use to describe the same thing. So this video is really just how to, not only how to speak to the universe, but also how I think I can approach trying to reach what is formless. And my initial idea for this was um, to find peace and silence in your mind. And with that room, with that silence, things will come to you, and kind of the universe will tell you things. And I think I've kind of echoed that idea in one of my videos, how the universe enters through the skin, and how the universe will give you hints and signals that you don't really know are hints or signals, but you have to attune yourself to and you have to pay attention to, so you can get those messages. And combining that with my video on form and formlessness, the things that are formless are kind of ideas encoded in material things that could be form. So if I see a painting, the form of the painting is the paint on the canvas and the material used to make the painting, whereas the formlessness of the painting is the idea that it's trying to express and the meaning that it holds. So I think that if you do want to make contact with the formlessness and somehow find a way to talk to the universe, you have to remove all form. So you're talking with the universe purely, a pure connection between you and what is formless. But I think that this is impossible, because humans are form. Humans are made of material. We have skin, bone, and flesh, but that means I don't think we can reach something that is formless. And another idea that I had recently was that death could be the ultimate version of formlessness. Rather, I think the closest thing a human can reach formlessness is death, is through death. Because when you are dead, you kind of you're no longer bound to your own form. People say that your soul leaves your body, which is literally what is formless within you leaving your body. So your soul is detaching itself from your physical body, which is the form, and the formless is leaving to interact with what is formless. So your soul is formless, if we stick to that idea in my definition. So is there a way that your soul can receive messages to the universe or send messages to the universe? I don't really know. And I think the reason why I wanted to talk about this was to just try to think about this idea, philosophize this idea with you live. Because usually I'd have these thought experiments with myself, and I'd think about it for hours, and then I'd come to some kind of conclusion and make a video about it. But now I kind of hit record without knowing what to say. And I think, well, looking at what we already have and what is kind of already common knowledge, I think people speak to the universe by prayer, or by affirmations, or by wishes. When you blow a candle on your birthday and you make a wish, that is, I think, the base way you can talk to the universe. But I don't know if that's a good connection. I don't know if a wish from your birthday candle has ever come true, or rather, I think these sorts of communications to the universe is kind of shallow or a surface level, because it's kind of like you're tricking your mind to believe that what you're saying will come true, rather than expecting a reply from the universe. I think another thing is, now that I was thinking about death, how death is formlessness, I think when you are unconscious or when you are asleep, that is when you're in contact with the formlessness or with the universe. Because when you are asleep or when you're unconscious, that's when you get dreams. And I think that dreams are messages from the universe. Dreams are you in contact with the formless. So that's one way you can do that. I think maybe lucid dreaming is the closest thing I can get right now to how to speak to the universe and how to speak to the formless, because you're kind of controlling it. And I don't know anything about lucid dreaming. I don't know if it's a conscious thing, because if it is a conscious thing, then I don't think that's a way to speak to the universe, because you're doing it consciously. So that's kind of form interfering. Or maybe I think what I'm trying to do here is incorrect, because I'm trying to interfere with what is formless. My conscious mind is thinking of a way to talk to the universe, when consciously you can't really do that, because your physical mind is thinking of a way to touch the formless or to get to the universe, and I don't think one can do that consciously, because when you get hints or signals, they kind of come to you unconsciously. When you dream about something and when you're unconscious, you're thinking about the formless, you're dreaming about the formless. That's when you're in an unconscious state. So I think the closest way we can get to the formless or to the universe is, aside from dying, just being unconscious and having a clear mind and being silent in the mind. That way, your thoughts are not in the way and your thoughts aren't disrupting yourself, leaving you more space to be listening in or to be looking for signs that the universe is giving you. So I really think that's what the thought process is for now. I apologize, this video is kind of weird. This video is kind of just me trying to run through a maze and not really getting anywhere, but I think most of my videos are just like this anyways. And I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna keep expanding on this philosophy, even though it might not even go anywhere. But it kind of just feels fun for me and for my head to kind of do these like philosophical acrobatics, trying to find something that you don't know exists or not. And I'll just keep writing down notes on this. I've been looking at my notebook for the whole time, and sometimes these thoughts kind of come to me at random, and I think that also proves how the formless is trying to talk to you. The formless told me to make this video because it kind of got in my mind, and now I'm making it. So if I'm consciously trying to search for meaning, then I'll have a hard time doing that, since I need to wait for it unconsciously, and I'll wait for it to come to me, because it's kind of the universe giving me things, giving you little gifts of knowledge and seeds of thought. So I think that's what that is. I think I won't waste any more time with this video, and I'll see you in the next one.